Good example for Laura and clean it up yourself, Mrs. Hasselman continued. Otherwise, children don't learn properly. Laura, not Laura, Sabrina corrected her mentally, then turned around and discovered that the tracks led up to the living room door. What is that racket? A chainsaw? The older woman asked. Now Sabrina heard it as well. It was coming from the direction in which the disgusting trail led. Unlike her neighbor, Sabrina recognized it right away. Snoring. And she knew whose it was, too. Neither Lara's nor her boyfriend Mojito's. Sabrina was appalled. "I'll take care of it," she exclaimed, and shut the door in Mrs. Hasselman's face. Not wanting to spread the mess around anymore, she took her house shoes off and carried them in as she walked to the living room door, taking care not to step in the brown patches. When she opened the door, her suspicions were confirmed. Karsten Lampe, her ex, was lying on the sofa. A stench of sweat and alcohol hit her. It didn't seem to bother Mielke, Lara's fat red tomcat. He was slumbering peacefully on Karsten's stomach, floating down with each exhalation and then back up with each subsequent snore. He didn't even open his eyes when Sabrina entered the room. What the hell was Karsten doing here? Sabrina was indignant. And more importantly, who'd let him in? He hadn't had a key for years. Lara had let him in, no question. Just you wait, young lady. Sabrina padded over to Lara's door and opened it carefully. Lara looked angelic lying there, blonde hair framing her lovely young face. Unlike her father, she was a quiet sleeper. Sabrina held the slipper under her nose. A moment later, Lara's face started to twitch. Suddenly, her eyes snapped open and she stared at Sabrina in horror. Hastily, Sabrina pulled the slipper back before Lara could make contact with it. Lara grimaced. "What now, Mom? When are you going to let me put a lock on my door already?" "A lock? When you just let everybody in anyway?" "What do you mean?" "Go look in the living room." "Oh, that..." Lara closed her eyes and Sabrina began to suspect she might have fallen back asleep. She started moving the slipper closer again, but then Lara's eyes reopened. "How did that get on there? And why are you bringing it into my room? Gross!" "Your visitor brought it in with him. I stepped in it here in the apartment. Anyway, I'm asking the questions here. What is he doing in our living room?" "Dad? Of course. Or did you hide someone else in there, too?" "I think he couldn't remember how to get home." "You think?" "He wasn't expressing himself very clearly last night." "I can imagine. But why would you just let him in like that, without asking me?" "You were already asleep. I didn't want to wake you. And Dad said you would throw him out." He was right. "Oh, Mom, he's really not doing well. He was crying." Yeah, thought Sabrina. More of his ploys for sympathy. I bought them for way too long. What was I supposed to do? He could hardly stand up anymore, so I brought him into the living room. "What's your problem with Dad sleeping here?" "What's my problem? This." She held the slipper out to Lara again. "That can happen to anybody, even if they're sober. Can I go back to sleep, Mom? I'm super tired." "Oh, yeah. So now I get to clean up after your father and shoo him out of the apartment?" "I can help you once I've had a good night's rest." Sabrina couldn't believe it. Her daughter simply rolled over and drifted off again. Should she pull the covers off her, or dump a bucket of ice water over her head? "Sorry," she heard a voice mumble behind her. "My fault." Karsten was standing in the doorframe, rubbing his temples. "You got an aspirin or anything?" "Well, at least your immune system is still working." As Karsten massaged his head, Mielke rubbed up against his legs, meowing for breakfast. Sabrina pushed her way past her ex and deposited her slipper into his free hand. "Once you've cleaned up the trail you left last night, I'll make you some coffee. And I'll have aspirin for you then, too." "Oh, did I do that?"